Good morning everyone, it's Pes here from TruckHive. So today we decided to take a trip to Mayerton. This is where the DevCo auction is based. As you can see, they've got a lot of trucks in it, a lot of yellow machines. Probably they're going on the auction about 2 weeks from now. And I just wanted to take this moment to show you these trucks, as well as just giving you tips of what you have to do when you are buying trucks by the auction. So buying by the auction is a very risky thing to do. So you need to make sure you take well calculated risks. One of the things that you must always do when you're buying a truck at the auction is to bring a specialist, something like a mechanic or an auto electrician, to come through us before you start bidding. Have a look at the trucks, look for something that you want to buy, and let your mechanic have a look at it. Usually auctions actually recommend it for you to come maybe a day before or 2 days before to have a look and to check everything before you start bidding, so that you can at least say you've taken a well calculated risk. The other thing that you must do when you're buying a truck at the auction is to always make sure that you start bidding when there is just maybe a few hours left for the auction to close. This will give you a better advantage of winning the truck, because if you start bidding early, like here at the DevCo, once the auction is live, it will be live for like 2 days, 3 days. The first day, don't even mind what's going on. You can just be checking how the auction is going. But on the last 2 hours or 3 hours, that's when you come in and then you start bidding. This will help you, because people that started bidding a day or two ago, they may be preoccupied for them to bid more. And at least if you know this auction is left with maybe 2 hours, there are higher chances that the price is not gonna go above as much, and it will help you. Because say you want to buy a truck that is 150,000, and then you get in the auction, you start bidding when there is an hour left, you will know that this 150 is a good deal or not. Sometimes you get there on the last minute and you see that the price has risen so high that it wouldn't be profitable for you to bid for it as well. And you can be able to do all those things if you were bidding the last 1 hour. That's how you must approach buying trucks at an auction. And when you come with your mechanic, just walk around, try to get as much information as you can on the truck. If you can know where the truck came from, which company sold it, why did they sell it, were they defleeting or they were just letting go of one truck. These are all the things that you must look into before you start bidding. And here at DevCo, before you start bidding, say you went into the auction online as you were bidding, you didn't win anything, then you can always get a refund of that 50,000. But if you win on the auction, then that 50,000 is gonna be put towards the final price of the truck, and they charge 12% of the final price. That's something like a commission for the auctioneers. Then they'll also charge you the 15% VAT and 1,500 for all the paperwork that they're going to do. So always make sure that as you are bidding, you have to calculate all these costs and get a final price, because you might get a truck that is going for like 200,000 and you win on that 200,000 and you're happy, you think you've gotten a good deal, only to find out that on that 200,000 you have to put 12% of that money, which will probably get you to 230 to 40,000. On top of that, you have to add 15% of the VAT, and then you also have to add the 2,000 rands for the paperwork. Then you might end up seeing that, oh, this deal is not as good as I thought, So as you are bidding, always make sure that you calculate all those costs and then you incorporate them to the final price of the truck. And now, like I said before, always make sure you come 2 days, a day before the auction, and check everything, do your due diligence, and then after you've done all that, then when the auction is left with 2 hours, then you get in the auction and you start bidding. Maybe you might win something, maybe you might not. And on bidding, just like gambling, if you see a truck and you see that to you this truck is worth something like 200,000, you must be okay with letting it go the moment it goes up above the price that you were willing to pay. You must always be ready to let it go and wait for another auction. Then another tip that I wanted to tell you is, when the auction is done, maybe you didn't get something that you wanted, or you are actually looking to buy more stuff. When the auction is done, come back the day after or 2 days after to the auction on the ground, because what happens is there are some of these trucks where someone wins on the auction and they just go silent. They just ghost the auctioneers and they don't come to finalize the deal. Well, in that case, when you come through and something like that has happened, the auctioneer sometimes is ready to do a deal with whoever came and said, you know what, I want to pay for this thing. You won't even have to go for another auction. They will just give you a deal, and if that deal is good enough for you, then you can take the truck. This is actually what I'm doing right now. There was an auction here at Devco that ended yesterday, and I didn't get anything, of which I'm looking for a Volvo FH440, which I saw back into that other auction. So I saw that, oh, this one is still available. So I'm going to the office right now to see if I can win that I can put an offer, and if they are taking it, that's a reason to celebrate. That's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like on the video, because I'm gonna have a lot of these videos coming through, and the more you subscribe, the more I continue to give you more value in the transport and logistics business. Thanks, guys. Bye.